Good evening. Welcome to the Four Hour Boy Podcast. I'm your host, moderator, Baby Bits. I got Michael Atwater with me. Um, Ryan and Damon may pop up tonight. They do, they don't. It is what it is. Tonight's show, we are delving into the last week of the NFL. Who needs it more? My favorite segment. Who gonna get fired on that Monday? And college football, we got four intriguing games starting tomorrow evening at 7:30 with Miami and Ohio State, and then the triple header on Thursday on New Year's Day. Gonna be a great couple of days of football coming up, and this is the part of the show I say, let's go.
Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, boys, yeah. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we them boys.
And this is the Fort Valley Boy Podcast, and I have Michael Andre with me. Mike, how's your holiday?
Holiday's great, man. I can't complain. I've been on school for 2 weeks. We're going on 2 weeks. Teaching is great.
Yeah, it feel like it's gone by fast. It just
Yeah. Yeah, we
speeds
back
up.
in that thing Monday.
Yeah. Just if I got 100 emails, I just got 100 emails.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Of course, if you have friends of the show or you got people that went to Fort Valley, tell them to follow us on YouTube and the Facebook page. We try and get monetized on that thing. Try to make some passive income and be aggressive with the passive income, so you can be passively aggressive in making money. You saw what I did there. You saw what I did there.
Yeah. That's nice.
All right, so let's go and get this thing started. We're gonna say the college football previews in just a second. I want to go ahead and knock this NFL stuff out real quick. Week 18. Well, first, let me say this first. Isaiah Whitlock passed away on us today, and Richard Smallwood as well too. If you don't know who Isaiah Whitlock is, he's Clay Davis from The Wire, whose infamous line was "She."
Yeah, I never did watch The Wire.
Yeah, you might want to start that though.
I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, HBO Max. Michael B. Jordan was on there too, so you know.
All right.
He's season one, so yeah, it's a good show. So, Richard Smallwood, of course, famously known for Total Praise. So, and other gospel songs. So, he's a treasure to the gospel community. Both of them gone too soon. 77, 75. I think Richard Smallwood had kidney failure, had a complication from that. That's what happened in his passing. So, just hearts go out to his family and everything. Michael, week 18 is upon us.
And it's here.
These are the games. I want to run down. There we go. From what you see in this game right here, which team has the most to lose in the winner take all games that you say between Seattle, San Francisco, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Carolina, Tampa Bay? Which one of those 6 teams have the most to lose to you?
I think the loser, the Baltimore Pittsburgh loser, because we've been talking about the coaches getting let go. So this is an extremely important game. It's an important game also for this could be we could be watching history. This could be it for Aaron Rodgers. Could be his last game. I want to say the Baltimore Pittsburgh loser, man, got the most to lose, and possibly third would maybe be the Seattle San Francisco loser, because you have to go on the road through a tough NFC. And Tampa Bay will be next because Todd Bowles could be let go.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, Carolina. I forgot about that game. The Buccaneers are 1-7 in their last 8 games.
Yep, Todd Bowles he's on the chopping block.
And I don't want to see black coaches go, but at the same time, though, you pretty much got healthy. You got healthy on the back half of the schedule. You're 1-7. You cussed out your team after a Thursday night game against the Falcons. and Todd Bowles don't cuss. It
Yep.
sounds like your team don't just quit.
Yep. They don't quit on him.
And I think as Todd Bowles as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he is 1-4 in playoff games as head coach. No, 1-3.
And had a great record.
Yeah, so you won one game 1 year. That was your second year your second year as head coach. The year after Brady retired, the year after Brady's last year, you went to Detroit and got beat in the division round. But 1-7, and when your team looked so good, but the problem was your schedule is backloaded with tough teams. If I just click on Tampa Bay's schedule, we go to, matter of fact, they were 5-1. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Seahawks. But you lost to the Lions, Patriots, Bills, Rams, Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Dolphins.
Yeah, he definitely in trouble. Todd Bowles is in trouble.
Yeah, he is 1-7 in the last 8 games, dog. And the win against the Cardinals was a close win, 20-17. In every game that you lost, though, if you the Bills game was close, believe it or not, the Bills just pulled away. If you lead the Bills game 5, 12, 17. Oh, you got to be loaded out by the Rams, 17, 24, 41, 38, 42, 43, 46, 49. In your last 8 games, you have a negative 49-point margin as far as differential of the games. So one game was a blowout. Everything else was like 1 or 2 games were considered blowout because they're double digits. Just touchdown less, Mike, in 6 of the 8 games.
They need this win, and I think Tampa Bay can get that win, man, playing against a young Carolina team. I think they can. But I don't see them doing too much in the playoff.
Now, keep in mind now, not only do they have to win Saturday night, they still got to have the Falcons lose also.
Oh, that's right. So,
yeah, because
if Tampa Bay win and the Falcons win, Carolina go.
Carolina going, correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, Carolina going.
So they need the Saints to win.
Yeah, they need the Saints to win.
Oh, wow. Well, dang.
Now, if Falcons would have lost last night, it wouldn't have mattered. They had to win in their end.
That's crazy.
This will be the second time in 4 years that Todd Bowles went to the playoffs as a division winner at 8-9. And believe it or not, that year, Brady's last year, that was his first losing season of his career.
Yeah, because they won the Super Bowl the year before with Bruce Arians.
2 years before. 2 years before. Because the year after that, they lost to the Rams in the divisional round. They were down 28-0, came all the way back. And then Todd Bowles stooped behind, ran a zero blitz against Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford threw a 60-yard ball to Cooper Kupp, and then they kicked the field goal to walk it off.
Oh, yeah.
I can see if one Buccaneers need this win more. I'm gonna say this: it don't matter about Pittsburgh or Baltimore. I think this is Aaron Rodgers' last run. If Pittsburgh loses, Aaron Rodgers is retiring. I think Mike Tomlin they're not going to fire him, but I think he's going to probably take a year away. Probably do a Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably wait for something like, I don't know, maybe the Atlanta Falcons job to open up.
That's possible.
Maybe if Dan Campbell's down on the hot seat this year, next year he'll be.
Yeah, Dan Campbell, they're going to have to do something in Detroit.
I think it's different. I wish Damon was on. I think Detroit just had an unprecedented bad luck streak with injuries on one side of the football.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, which means your depth is not where it should be at, which goes back to Brian Holmes, the general manager. Plus the fact that you should have known that Frank Ragnow retired in March, April, and you lost a couple of key pieces on your offensive line. Maybe you should address the offensive line. Maybe you should have been in the market for Joe Tooney from the Chiefs this past offseason. The Bears got him. Bears revamped the offensive line. That's why they always look so hellacious with that run
But part
game.
of the problem too, that's another thing. Ben Johnson not being in Detroit, Dan Campbell got decided he want to keep calling the plays or not. Like that, when Dan Campbell calling the plays, that ain't been the greatest. He might have to get an OC in there, you know.
And that's the problem. We had an OC. You just didn't, because the first game they lost to the Packers. Next game they scored 52. He was doing fine. He was doing okay. Let me pull up the Lions schedule. The first the games leading up to Dan Cable taking over play calling duties. Now if I go to he took over play calling duties against the Redskins or the Commanders. Try to pull their stuff. Let me pull their pull their schedule. That's when they went downhill. To be honest with you, he took over play calling against the Commanders when they dropped 44. But first game lost 27-13. Then it was 52. They scored 52, 38, 34, 37, 30, and 24. But then lost to the Vikings. They scored 24. Then you're gonna take over play calling duties. You go 44 against the Dallas, with Dallas defense suck. Giants, they're the Giants. Commanders, they're the Commanders. They're old. But the losses, 9, 24, 34 against the Rams. Their defense don't have any corners. Steelers, you lost that 24-10. Well, it ain't about the play calling. It's the time of the play calling to me. You can't go for it on 4th down every time, dog. That
Them
costs you.
analytics nowadays, man, because you see it all over, from high school to college to pro. 4th and short, it don't matter where they at on the field. They going for it.
You cannot go for. That's what I have a hot take. If they would have beat the 49ers 2 years ago, the Lions were winning the Super Bowl that year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they beat the Chiefs in week 1.
They beat them, in the first game of the season. Yep.
You're beating the Chiefs. If Campbell would have kicked that field goal in the third quarter, you're winning. You're beating the 49ers. All you do is run. You're beating the 49ers. You're beating them.
Yep.
But we'll never know, because we'll never doggone know, because good old Dan want to be Riverboat. Like, remember Ron Rivera for about 4 years straight? They're calling him Riverboat Ron.
Yep.
But Dan, players love you. Your gut see you. They're gonna ride with you. They're gonna rock with you. But you have to find the OC, or you have to empower your offensive coordinator. You got to empower him, because I can't remember his name, because you don't got rid of that man. That's call him.
Yeah, I don't remember. You're right.
Let me look it up. But Johnny Morton. That's who the offensive coordinator is, Johnny Morton. But Johnny Morton is not the reason why you basically, in your last, you alternate. Well, you lost 2 in a row. We lost 3 in a row, actually. 3, 4, 5. You're 3 and 5 since you took over play calling duties. With Johnny Morton, you were 1, 2, 3, 5 and 3. So you basically reverse your record switching offensive coordinators. I'm not saying fire Dan Campbell now, because you literally changed the culture of a franchise.
I had over $47,000.
Now next year you had to rebuild the offensive line. You got to get some depth on that defensive line. You had a chance to get Trey Hendrickson. You could have got Trey. You could have had Trey Hendrickson easy this year. You could have had him.
Medical or personal loan debt.
Yeah.
You probably could have had
Get free.
If you really want to get froggy, you might have could have got Michael Parsons.
$7,000. You can get out of debt.
Yeah.
Could have Michael Parsons. Zadarius Smith, the guy you traded for last year. I don't know why. Did you re-sign him?
Higher than ever. So you can say yes.
Because I don't remember you re-signing him.
Yes. Yes.
Because he was a free agent. Yep.
The only thing stronger than us is you.
No, you didn't bring him back.
Uh-uh.
You could have had Myles Garrett if you wanted to. You could have gave up 3 first rounds. Got Myles Garrett. Him on one side, Aiden Hutchinson on the other.
You've got it. You know it.
But anyway, back to my original point though. I think John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin are both on the hot seat this same week. No matter what they do, whichever coach lose, if it's Baltimore, I would look at firing John Harbaugh. If not, I would look at firing Todd Monken.
Across a broader surface area of your back for relief of lower back aches and pains. A super lightweight mesh.
I'm not getting
yeah.
no pushback. I'm about to talk about some pushback on that.
Todd Monken didn't do Derrick Henry right, so I'm on the fence about Monken.
Derrick Henry had 18 carries for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against the Patriots. Did not touch the ball after the 12-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
I don't get that.
Then the next week, he ran it 36 times for 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. That makes you look even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Held back by the weight of financial decisions. We can give you the tools to help you break free. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance.
Baltimore's 3.5-point favorite in Sunday night's game. I was right. That game should be flexed to the Sunday. Think about it. Yeah, that game should have been a Saturday night game. I would have flexed that San Francisco-Seattle game instead. That's the game I would have flexed right there.
Which one?
I would have put Seattle-San Francisco on Sunday night.
All right, let's try again. How much did you spend on food delivery last week?
That Baltimore-Pittsburgh, because it's a hard knock rivalry, that's going to be better to close the season. I would have went with Baltimore-Pittsburgh, too.
Fred Johnson, Fred of the show. Falcon coach, is he on the hot seat? I'm going to say next year. What do you think, Mike? Is Raheem Morris on the hot seat?
No, I think next year. He's not on the hot seat. Not now.
Yeah. I think the fact that Kirk Cousins had a hurt shoulder last year and he's coming off the Achilles, he looked decent the first 9 games last year, 9-10 games. Then he hurt his shoulder in week 11, I think, and basically played with a hurt shoulder when he shouldn't have played. He should have just sat down. And then Michael Penix came in. He didn't look bad, but you could tell he needs some more seasoned assault. And he's been hit or miss this year. And then, of course, he retore one of his Achilles that he tore in college. And Kirk Cousins, to me, looks better because he had an extra year. He's technically 2 years after his Achilles tear, which is why Aaron Rodgers looked better this year. His numbers ain't that great because he's 41 years old. And plus, Pittsburgh has no weapons. You traded away your number 2 receiver. After you traded for a number 1, and those 2 receivers on the same team could have. If you had them 2 weapons with Aaron Rodgers, I think Pittsburgh might have 11, 12 wins instead of the 8, having the 9 they got right now. But that's neither here nor there. Now Dallas next year, the last 2 years. Let me put this in your head. The last 2 years, one division has had 3 teams in the playoffs. The NFC North last year with Minnesota, Detroit, and Green Bay. This year is the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. Next year, the NFC East is going to have 3 teams in the playoffs. The Redskins, Cowboys, and the Eagles. Pending if A.J. Brown don't get traded.
I hope he don't.
I hope he don't, but you got to trade him, though. You got to trade him. You got to move him. And the game, I think what game was that they lost? He had about 10 catches, 13 targets. I think they got blown out the door. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Who was that they played? Trying to look at the game. I know the most recent loss. Matter of fact, it was against the. Matter of fact, it was the Chargers. It was the Chargers. He had 10 catches. Yeah, six. There was another game. He had 6 catches. Either way, he had. I think it was 10 targets, 6 catches, something like that. Might have been the Bears.
Yeah.
But either way, it was the Bears. You had 10 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, and y'all got beat by 9. So you force feeding him the ball, didn't do anything. You probably made him be more mad. Well, you shouldn't have thrown me the ball. Like, dude, you complain about not getting the ball. We get the ball. They might need to read a book or something. I guess maybe that might help. Go back and read
Impossible.
Go ahead and read a book. But I think Baltimore, Pittsburgh game. I think both coaches are gonna be gone that week. I think Tomlin's gonna step back, and even if the Baltimore win the division, if they play Buffalo, they'll lose to Buffalo. But if they play the Chargers, they'll win.
Yep, that makes sense.
Because I'm looking at the Chargers have no offensive line, defense is halfway hurt, and what we call it, it's banged up. Justin Herbert. Before we move on to college football, you heard about no comments, the article about Lamar Jackson earlier this week.
Oh, about him not when you walk in the building and him not having an agent, that kind of stuff.
No, him coming to staying up 5 o'clock in the morning, playing video games, practice being moved to the afternoons, not in all great shape and that type of stuff. Trying to figure out where this was at the last 5 years.
Good question.
Where this was at when he won 2 MVPs and should have won a third one last year. Where this stuff was at? But yet you didn't report on the Justin Tucker stuff until March, April when they got cut.
Nope.
Just want to know that. Anyway, that's our NFL look. When we come back next Wednesday for the full force, we are gonna we're gonna have some interesting conversations about Black Monday. College football playoffs. Let's go burn through these quick. Miami and Ohio State. What is the key for Miami to upset Ohio State, Michael?
Miami got to win. They got to win third down, and they got to make Ohio State one dimensional. Make Ohio State one dimensional. Miami's got a shot in this game. They really do. They got a shot to beat Ohio State. But I think Ohio State is a little bit more savvy, a little bit more experienced. I'm going Ohio State tomorrow, 24-16 over Miami.
All right, what's your key? Your key for the Texas Tech Oregon game. That game is going to be like a 12 o'clock game, but that's going to be like 9 o'clock Oregon time, and the body clocks.
I think the key to that game is going to come down to how good Dan Lanning going to be coaching. I think Texas Tech, this is their first time here. Now we're gonna see Texas Tech down the road. We're gonna see them again. But I like Dan Lanning in this contest. I like Oregon 28-13 over Texas Tech.
All right, Alabama and Indiana, the Rose Bowl. This is going to be a red on red.
Indiana, this is your opportunity to say you one of the top programs in the country by beating arguably the top program in the country. Alabama, they were down 17-0 against Oklahoma. They came back and won that game. I think Alabama is healthy. I think they're healthy at the running back and D tackle in the O-line spot. I'm going with an upset here, and it may not be an upset to some. I like Alabama 31-28 over Indiana.
Yeah, I think Fernando Mendoza, this is your real Heisman moment right here against a blue blood program. Ohio State was a blue blood program, but their offense is not like what Alabama has. I think Alabama's offense is a little bit more powerful. For me to say that it's crazy because one team has Jeremiah Smith and the other team doesn't. I think if Ryan Williams gets off, Alabama wins. There has been an APB out for Ryan Williams
They got to
since
get in the ball. They got Bernard, they got Horton, they got Brooks, but I had Ryan Williams in that, man. That's a different ball game.
he changed the whole dimension of how you guard them. And plus, if Ty Simpkins, if you start struggling, they got a 5-star quarterback named Kalani Russell that's behind you.
They're from Duncanville, Texas.
And on college football 26, Mike.
Yeah, they say he that deal now.
I know for me, he won the Heisman and won that championship back to back.
Yeah, he the deal.
So he real deal on that. So and then the nightcap. This is a tasty one. Georgia and Ole Miss the rematch. It's
Who
hard
you
to
think gonna have more fans in there, Fade? Ole Miss or Georgia? Who you think gonna have more fans in there?
I don't know, Mike. Georgia travel
Georgia travel, but Ole Miss, hell, they what?
2 hours
Hour
away. Yeah. That game might be that might be 50-50, Mike, at minimum.
You think? Well, Georgia do travel well. That is true. I remember they sold out damn near Notre Dame a couple years back when they went up there. Well, the key to the game, man, I would be more concerned with this game since it's a rematch. If Lane Kiffin were there, no disrespect to Pete Golden, he ain't Lane Kiffin. I think Ole Miss is, Georgia has grown up. Georgia has grown up since that last game. Now Georgia got some key injuries, but they got some pieces back at the same time. I like Georgia. I think it'll be a 28-21 kind of game. It's going to be better than what some people think. Ole Miss is going to come to play, especially Curran Lacey is healthy for Ole Miss. But I do think Georgia will pull this out.
I just know it's hard to beat it in college football. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season, especially with the stakes on like we saw with Alabama getting blowed out by Georgia. Alabama beat Oklahoma after they lost to Oklahoma. They lost. Oklahoma didn't beat them. They lost. Oklahoma turned the ball over 3 times. With that being said, I think I still pick Alabama. Georgia to win because of coaching, not because of talent, just because of coaching.
Yeah, Kirby is going to outcoach Pete Golden in certain situations.
Mm-hmm. This is where I think the Ole Miss athletic director is going to be kicking himself and saying, maybe I should have let Lane coach this team through.
Yeah.
This might have been the one time that you might have kicked, say thought on that. I can find the college football playoff. I can see the CFP bracket right quick. Okay, you had Oregon, you got Alabama, you have Georgia, and you have Miami. That means Georgia versus Miami in one.
I got Georgia. I had Ohio State. I ain't say Miami.
Oh yeah, Ohio State and Georgia. That's going to be a tasty game right now.
Yeah, I had Alabama, Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State.
And I think Dan Lanning, that's the Orange Bowl they're playing it. That's gonna be just a 9:00 game for Oregon. But they probably already in Florida. They probably in Florida for about a week now, which probably the day after Christmas. They're probably done this last Friday. You let their body get used to the time change. And that's an early game for the Orange Bowl to me. That's an early game.
You got to play all 3 games on that day, so that's why they got the Orange Bowl first.
I would put the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Day and put the Orange Bowl on tomorrow night.
I don't know why they got them games like that, man, where they on different days, but you could have kicked that game off. I don't know how they decide what's game gonna be played first and all that, as far as the bowls. But
last year the Peach Bowl first. Last year the Peach Bowl was first, and then they had to cancel. They had to cancel the Sugar Bowl because of that bombing.
Yeah,
but that would have been a 4:00 kick, which is usually when that game happens. And then or was it that night? I think that was the night game last year. I have to find a bracket from last year. Matter of fact, let me see if we get. Yeah, matter of fact, it's on here. Let me see. Let me see that. No, they don't have the time on here. because the Fiesta Bowl was the day before, Sugar Bowl was that night, Rose Bowl was at 4, and the Peach Bowl was that I think that first one for the day. Yeah.
Peach Bowl was the 12 o'clock game last year.
At 12, that's Arizona State Texas game. Rose Bowl was
Then
the
they
4
played the
o'clock
Rose
game.
Bowl, then the Sugar Bowl was supposed to have been played that night.
Yeah, but they got pushed to the next day. And I think the Fiesta Bowl was the day before.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so but yeah, that makes I would have had the Orange Bowl on tomorrow night's game. And this year the Peach Bowl is on the 8th. It's that one's next week, and then the Fiesta Bowl is next week also. So they're rotating them out. And then
So
the championship game is in Miami.
Who goes to the Peach Bowl if they win? What two teams
Oh, it'd be Alabama and Oregon.
go to the Peach Bowl on the 8th?
Yeah.
And then
That was on the 9th. They go to Fiesta Bowl to Arizona.
So Georgia win, they'll play the 9th next Friday.
No, they play on the 8th.
On the 8th.
The Alabama, Indiana, Oregon, Texas Tech winners will play on the 9th at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta next week.
All right.
That's next Thursday. Traffic gonna be so bad. Then championship game, of course, is gonna be on the Monday night, the 19th, in Miami Gardens, probably at the Hard Rock Cafe Bowl.
Yeah,
Hard Rock
that
Cafe
was
Stadium. But yeah, Illinois, they walked it off against Tennessee. Josh Heupel, you're on the clock next year.
130-28. I saw him kick the field goal and won the game.
But yeah, that they got lucky on that 4th down. That to me, that looked like a first down when they reviewed it and said it wasn't first down. That looked like a first down.
Mm-hmm.
But, right now, basketball, the NBC is great to have NBC getting basketball back. I just gotta get used to it being on a Tuesday night.
They do good. They cover it. Peacock, Prime Video, all of them, man. They do good with it.
Yeah, Peacock's their set looks interactive, and they got some folks. They talking basketball. They I like well, we got a little bit. We got plenty of time. We can breeze through this whole set. With TNT being licensed out to ESPN, he had a chance to watch the Inside the NBA or
Yeah, I saw him Christmas Day. I saw him on Christmas Day. They doing their thing. No matter what channel they on, that TNT crew doing their thing.
That might be the one best thing ESPN did.
Yeah, bringing them on. That was all right there.
Yeah, I mean,
but I wonder how we gonna see. With the NCAA tournament basketball, I wonder will they be on because they ain't on TNT no more.
No, the college basketball, the show is licensed to ESPN. Their contracts are still with Turner because Turner still has college basketball.
Okay.
Turner, what's the other one? TNT,
True, TBS, all them.
TBS. Their contract's still with those companies, and of course they're affiliated with CBS, and they still split their time with them for tournament duties. So they'll still be it's just those 3 weeks with they'll be loaned out via Turner for the tournament, and then they'll go back to ESPN. I think that's how it should work. But their contracts with Turner is not with ESPN. Their show is licensed, but their contracts are their show is still with Turner. The ESPN is paying them to be on their show, not the contract still with Turner, but their show is licensed out to them. So one thing I'm glad for this year with NBA, I know NBA Countdown and NBA today with Stephen A. Smith's contract, he is not obligated to be on any of those shows, and I'm glad he's not.
Yeah, he ain't on none of them shows, no.
Yeah, I appreciate that because he's doing politics, and I'm trying to figure out why you talking politics.
Mm-hmm.
Need to talk about the hairline.
Well, I'm out, bro. New Year, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year. We're gonna see
on next Wednesday night. The whole crew will be back.
Yeah, that next Wednesday is today's Tomorrow is tomorrow's 31st, so that'll be the 7th. So that's a Thursday, Friday. Those Thursday, Friday games. Oh, that Friday gonna be so ugly next Friday. Oh God. Yeah, so everybody should be back next Friday. We're gonna talk. We're gonna wrap up those preview those semifinal games, and probably talk about the coaching firings, and maybe we get to NBA. Touch on that. We'll see. But thank you for watching. We out.
Well.